Hey y'all, I'm going to make some flat dumplings. I know that a lot of you have been making them, and some of you like fluffy dumplings and some of you like fat dumplings, and I like skinny flat dumplings. So that's what I'm gonna make. And I'm gonna make it with white lily all-purpose flour because I don't want them to puff up. See, so I'm using this kind because I don't want them to puff up. But I'm going to make ham dumplings. Now, this is something important you need to know. All right, let's pretend. Y'all want to pretend a while? Do you? Let's pretend that we cooked our ham on Sunday, which I didn't, but let's pretend we did. And we ate just about all of it. We got this ham bone left. Okay, so I'm going to put it in my water. And I've got some skin and a little fat and this, that, and the other left. I'm going to put it in my water. My little scrappies, as I call it. What I did is I just put it in a grocery bag till I could use it, okay? And I had it in the refrigerator. All right, so I'm going to put this, now it doesn't matter how much water you've got in here, but you do want it to kind of cover your ham bone. So I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to turn it on high till it gets going. And I'm going to boil it for a pretty long time because I want to get all that broth out of that bone and that other part. Now this part right here, let me show you it. This part right here, I just cut off of there, off of that ham. Because this was some, we didn't eat all the ham, in other words. This is some left. And I'm not boiling this. I'm going to cut this in pretty little cubes. And when my dumplings get ready and everything is ready to eat, I'm going to drop these little cubes of ham in with the broth and the dumplings and let it get hot, which will take about 5 minutes or less. And here's the reason I'm doing it. Now, this is very important, so listen. Before you cook your ham bone, cut any meat off of it that's like really good meat, okay? And cut it in little cubes, cover it to keep it from drying out, and set it aside because it's already been cooked. If you put it in with the ham bone as you're cooking it, it will get dried out and it'll get tough and chewy. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not good. It's not good. So when that ham bone boils and it gets all the good broth out, and the broth is a color, a pink, dark color, then it's ready. And I'm going to get me a scoop and scoop out all the bones and the junk out of it and throw it out to the woods for the varmints, I say. And I'm going to save this. And I'm going to put my dumplings in there and cook them. And right at the end, I'm going to put these little cubes of ham in it. So it's going to be ham dumplings. Now listen, you don't want to put any salt. This is so important, y'all. Don't put any salt in your ham while you're boiling that bone or at any time. Ham is very salty already. So if you put salt in it, it's going to be way too salty. You don't need any at all. But you do need some black pepper, and you can put that in at any time you want to. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to cut this up in little cubes, and we're going to boil the bone, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit when our broth is all rich and flavorful. Does that sound good? I love ham dumplings. It's one of Hannah's favorites. I'll be back in a little while. Okay, while my ham bone is boiling, let's make our dumplings. Let's make our dumplings. Let's get us a light over here where we can see what we're doing. Oh, goodness. All right, so we've got our all-purpose flour. You know, we talked about that. All right, so this is a cup right here. There's a cup of flour, and it does not have to be exact either. Put it in a bowl. I'm going to do 2 cups. Two cups. Maybe 2.5 cups. 2.5 cups. There we go. All right, let's set this aside. And all I'm going to use in it is some grease, and that is like a small chicken egg. It hardly is any at all. I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to use my whole buttermilk. Some people make their dumplings with water, and you can do that. No problem. But I like the taste of buttermilk. So I'm going to put a little bit in there. You don't want to put too much. And work it around a little bit. The reason I'm not putting any more buttermilk in there is because I want a stiff dough. And if I don't, if I put too much buttermilk in it, it won't be stiff. Matter of fact, I may have to put a little bit more, but we're going to see. Scratch it off the side. You will not get all of it. That doesn't look like very many dumplings, does it? With that big old pot of broth. I'm going to put just a little bit more buttermilk. Just a tad. Let's see how that'll do. So what y'all been doing today? Huh? What have you been doing? What have you cooked today? You cooked something good? Have you cleaned out a closet today? Have you gone to town? Paid some bills? I mail mine in. I don't want to have to go to town if I could help it. All right, that's looking pretty good. See there, it's kind of getting stiffer. I'm gonna clean my hands off and put this in a ball. Then we're gonna add flour to it to make it really stiff. If I get it off. All right, here we go. Let me get some flour out to. I need some to put on my surface out here. And I'm gonna get my hands in it. Let me put y'all down where you can see a little better. Put my hands in it. Let's get this out. We're gonna push it together, and this is when we're gonna determine what we need, okay? We're gonna just work it a little bit. This is good muscle. This is good for your muscles and for your arms. Really good. Y'all getting tired? Are you getting tired? Push. See, it's coming together. It's coming. You want it stiff. You want it real stiff so when you roll it out, it'll be right. When you're rolling it out, which I'll show y'all after a while how to do that. It's not time yet. When you're rolling it out, if it's sticking to your surface, remember what that means? What does that mean? We've been talking about it for 4 years. If it's sticking to the surface when you try to roll it out, what does that mean? I hear y'all telling me. It means that you need some more flour in it, that it's too soupy. All right, I'm gonna let this sit right here for a while, just like that. I may make up one more ball of it. Let it kind of start drying out. And there it is. There's your dumpling dough. Easy as pie. Okay, y'all, I got our ham bone all done up real good. And took the bone and the scraps out and threw them in the woods. So that old possum or that old raccoon will come up tonight and have him a good supper. And we'll have us a good supper too. All right, so I've got 3 little things of dough fixed up. I don't know if we'll need it all, but we got it if we need it. If we don't use it, you can use this for fried pies. All right, what we need to do now is to get a little bit of flour. What I've done, I took all my you know, ham and bones and everything out of there. And now we're going to roll out our dumplings. And when you roll out your dumplings, you need to have a rolling boil. A rolling boil is what you need. So I just turned it back on. And it won't be long. It'll be a rolling boil. And while that's getting to a rolling boil, I'm going to roll out the dumplings. While I was cooking my stuff, my bones and things, it rained, and I am so thankful, y'all. I am telling you, we have had such dry weather. Now, do you see how I'm rolling this out? And what y'all need to know is this. Once you get it about that far, peek up under it and see if it's sticking, and mine is not. Because you don't want to roll the whole thing out and then realize it's sticking. You also want to roll this as thin as you can get it. Paper thin if you can get it. That is part of the trick, because if you don't, your dumpling will be too thick. Too thick for me anyway. Oh goodness. And we're going to put these in a rolling boil, and we're going to cook them maybe 15 minutes or 20 or something like that. It doesn't take them long, because I'm going to have them so thin that they're just not going to take long. They're not going to take long. I've been back there watching old Landy Griffith while it was doing, because it was raining outside, and I thought, oh my goodness, I can't go outside. I can't do any of that. All right, there we go. That looks pretty thin. All right. If you've got several things of dough and your surface is small like mine, what you're going to have to do is do it like this. All right, I cut mine with a spatula. You can cut yours with whatever you want to. And I'm just going to do some thin strips like this. I'll show you one when I get through. We'll look and see how thin it is. Y'all have seen me do this 100 zillion times, but you know we like dumplings, so because we like them, we tend to make them a lot. And then I'm going to cut this way, and let's peek at our stuff and see if it's boiling yet. No, but it's getting there. It won't like much. When I got through boiling my stuff, I tasted it to see how it tasted. And it did need just a tad of salt. But y'all remember, when you do yours, don't put salt in it, please. And wait till you get through. And if it needs a little, you can put it. I didn't put much, but I did put a little. And I put my black pepper in there too. And I'm going to put you, the BrendaGanttBook.com, and you can go there and find out about the Williamsburg convention, or what. We're not calling it a convention. We're calling it oh gosh, it's boiling, full boil. All right, so let me show you a dumpling, because I said I'd show you that. See how thin it is? There's your dumpling. The way I pick them up is I go under mine like this and pick up several at a time. That's why I like my spatula. Now this wasn't hard, was it? Now this is the kind of dumpling that you would make. Let's say you're making a peach cobbler, and you let your peaches cook a little bit till they got tender in a bunch of water. Put your stick of butter in there and a bunch of sugar, make your dumplings, drop them in that good broth, get you some vanilla ice cream, and have you a good little dessert. Or you can make blueberry cobbler. To me, it's not a cobbler if it doesn't have some dumplings in it. All right, now I'm fixing to do another rollout. Get us a little white lily here. Get our little dough ball and quickly roll it out because I don't. And you leave it on high till you get everything rolled out good. Sing me a song while I'm doing this. Sing me a song. All right. Anyway, you can make peach cobbler. You can make chicken and dumplings, ham and dumplings. Blackberry cobbler. Any kind of cobbler that you want to make. And it'll be ever so good. I'm carrying this to church tonight for the Wednesday night meal. That's what I'm doing. And I know that Hannah will love it. I know that. Because she loves ham dumplings. Uh-oh. I dropped one and it's pretty too. Okay, we've got just a little bit more. Let's see if I got enough broth to do another one. I think so. Let's do another one real quick. Okay, here we go. See, if you make your dough up ahead of time, it makes life so much easier. You can make it up ahead of time and put it in the refrigerator. If you had guests coming, you could boil a big old chicken, a whole chicken, and debone it and make chicken salad out of the chicken, and then take your broth and put it in the refrigerator, and your dough and put it in the refrigerator, and just the next day you could just heat it right up and that would be good. All right. The reason I'm doing this fast is because I don't want my broth to cook out. You want some juice in there, y'all. Nobody likes dry dumplings. You eat it out of a bowl. That's how you're supposed to eat it. Okay. Let's cut these up. Didn't get cut. Oh my goodness. I'll cut him. They wouldn't know what to think if they found a dumpling that long, would they? I think this is going to be plenty right here. Okay, and here's the last one. See how thin? I'm gonna tell you, in the South, dumplings are one of our favorite things. Chicken and dumplings is real high on the list. Real high. Higher than the ham and dumplings. A lot of people have never even heard of ham and dumplings. All right, I'm gonna let them cook for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll taste them. The dumplings are ready. I'm gonna get me just a little bit because I'm going to church tonight, and that's where we're gonna actually eat them. So I'll just get a little bit to taste in front of y'all. There's a dumpling and the juice. Y'all, the juice to me is so good. So come over here and look. I want you to see how much juice is in there. This is how it's supposed to look. See there? And what I did is after about 10 minutes of cooking, I tasted of them to see if they were done, and they were. So I told y'all, so you would know. Anyway, here they are. You can eat dumplings. You gotta have 2 utensils. You gotta have a spoon to get that good juice down there. See that good juice? And sometimes people will want a fork to stick their dumpling. But you do, my mouth's already watering, I promise you it is. Because I love these so much. I love Southern food. Oh my word, I love it. Mm-hmm. When you taste them, you want to make sure that the dough is done, and when the dough is done, they're done. I left it on high until I got all the dumplings in there, and I cooked them on about maybe 5 minutes or 7 minutes or something like that on high, but I made sure that I stirred them. Now, if you stir them and you don't have your dumplings firm, like I'm showing you, they'll tear up. When you're making a cobbler, it's so easy, y'all. You don't need a recipe. Let me tell you what to do. Get your peaches or your berries or whatever you're using. Put it in your water. And if you're making a cobbler and you're just making like a regular size cobbler, you don't have to have that much water like I had, because I had to boil my ham. Put your peaches or your berries or whatever in there and cook them a while without sugar until they get tender. Then put in a stick of butter. Butter's good for you, isn't it? Yes, it is. Real butter. And then put your sugar in. You don't put your sugar in while you're tenderizing your berries, because it'll make the juice too thick and syrupy. So you want to wait till the end. Then taste it with a spoon. Taste the broth. If it needs more sugar, put it. I doubt if you'll need more butter, but if it needs more sugar, put it. You know, you could start with a cup and just see how that worked. And then go up from there. Make your dumplings. Have them already made up. And drop them in your water, your broth, your peach broth or your berry broth, whatever. And save out a little bit of that dough and roll it out after you finish, and put it on top of your, you pour all that in your casserole dish, your dumplings and your peaches and everything after it gets done. After it gets done. And all the juice. Then roll out another piece of your dough and put it on the top. Smear butter on it and sprinkle sugar on it and cook it on about 400 till that top gets done, and it'll be good. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to cook it longer than the top because everything in it's already done, okay? Anyway, I'm going to put a link in the words, so in case you want to go to Williamsburg and be with all us other ladies and stuff, we'll have a really good time. I'm going to put it in there, and you can go there and look and see what it's all about and decide whether you want to go or not. Y'all have a great day and cook you some dumplings. Bye-bye. Okay, y'all, I'm back from church. I want to show you my pot of dumplings. They ate them all up. I didn't eat any. I didn't get any, but because I was at the back of the line. But I will say this: I had that little taste of them while I was with y'all, so it was pretty good. Anyway, they're real good. Y'all gonna have to make you some. Good night. Hope your toes feel good to you in your cheeks tonight. Bye bye.